I remember the day my boss called me into his office. I was excited for this talk. I thought, finally, all those nights of working past midnight in the law firm were going to pay off, and he was going to give me that bonus I'd been expecting. Also, I thought we'd talk about maternity benefits. I was 5.5 months pregnant, and just the week before, I told him I was expecting. So I walked into the office with a big smile on my face, sat down, and my smile soon turned to shock. Instead of that bonus or generous maternity benefit, I got fired. I never saw it coming. Because I was so visibly pregnant, I decided I'd wait until after I gave birth, took a short maternity period, and then I would look for another job. We had some savings, and my husband was a self-employed graphic designer. I thought it would be tight, but we'd be fine. I didn't expect the floor to fall out from under our feet again. My daughter was born in late August of 2008. Within a month after her birth, the markets and my retirement accounts went into free fall. My husband's graphic design business went down by 90%. We'd already used most of our savings in the previous months, and now I faced a non-existent job market. We were in a major crisis, and our finances were not crisis-proof. In the months that followed, we went through all of our savings. We racked up over $60,000 of credit card debt. We had to do a short sale on our house. We were borrowing from our kids' bank accounts. We went on food stamps. I felt like a failure. Problems with money are about a lot more than inconvenience. A recent study found that people facing major financial stressors, such as unemployment, homelessness, and lowered income, face a 20 times higher likelihood of attempting suicide than those not facing any financial strain. I found the same thing in myself. At the time, I had $1 million life insurance policy, and I was so desperate and stressed out about money that if I could have found a way to get my family that $1 million, I likely would have taken my life. I think it's only because I knew that the life insurance company wouldn't pay out in the case of suicide, and I couldn't think of a way to make it seem accidental, that I believe I'm alive today. Problems like the ones my family and I face are sadly far too common. On average, Americans are going to face 4 such financial shocks in their lifetimes. And a shock like a divorce or unemployment or a global pandemic can set a family or person who seem to be on firm financial footing right into the quicksand. I've been working with women around money and investing for over 10 years. And data from my research shows that most people are actually nowhere near having firm financial footing. 4 out of 10 people can't cover a $400 emergency, and 6 out of 10 people can't cover a $1,000 emergency. That means that one crisis, one broken down car, one accident, one diagnosis, one pink slip can set a family into financial devastation, homelessness, or bankruptcy. And it's worse for women than it is for men. Women already tend to get paid less for the same work that men do. They're more likely to lose years of peak career growth, taking care of kids or aging family members. So that means that when things happen, they're more likely to be fired first, and they're less likely to have the savings and investments necessary to weather the storms. And the sad fact is that even men and women with quote-unquote good jobs can be still very financially vulnerable. And the lessons that most of us are culturally taught about money keep us financially unsafe. Most of us are taught, go to school, get a diploma, get the best job you can, buy a house, put some money in the bank, get a car, You'll be fine. You'll be secure. Did you get that message? I did. I was following the plan. I went to an Ivy League law school. I was making six figures working on the partnership track of a law firm. And yet, I still found myself and my family on food stamps. I'm a seeker and I'm a learner. And I knew that I was in a life or death situation and I had to figure this money thing out. So I started reading all the books I could about money and investing. I took courses on finances. I worked with financial professionals. I even became a certified money mastery coach. And I learned then and have been implementing ever since the keys to true financial stability, how to create crisis-proof finances. So how do you create crisis-proof finances? It's very different from what we're taught, that some magical job with benefits is going to keep us safe and secure. I like to think of financial stability as a table. Our streams of income are the legs of that table. So most of us are taught to put only one leg under our table, our job. So what happens if you can't work or you get fired? There goes your leg and your table comes crashing down. To have true crisis-proof finances, you need multiple legs under your table. Enough legs so that if you lose a leg, your table stays steady and your table stays firm. So, how do you create those legs on your table? One way, the way most of us are taught, is to get a job. That's active income. You get paid for your activity. If you're self-employed and your clients pay you for your time, that's active income too. You're trading your time for money. I've had people tell me, I have multiple legs under my table. I have 3 jobs. And that is a more stable table. If you lose a job, you still have others. But if you can't work for some reason, because you're sick or taking care of loved ones, then your table comes crashing down. To have true crisis-proof finances, most of the legs of your table need to be based on passive income. That's income you don't have to trade your time and effort for. So passive income can take some time and effort on the front end to set up, but once you set it up, it will keep coming for you, whether you are working another job, you're sleeping, or you're on vacation. And if you have enough passive streams of income that it equals or exceeds your expenses, at that point, you have financial freedom. Then you are working because you want to, not because you have to. So, how do you create those legs of passive income? One way, my favorite way, is through real estate. Luckily, even back in 2008, my husband and I had a couple of investment properties. We live in Los Angeles, which is a very expensive market, and it's hard to cash flow. No cash flow, no legs. In fact, we had some negative cash flow. That means it cost us money every month to own. We weren't educated. We didn't know better. But that real estate still helped us. Because one of our properties had equity, we were able to sell that, and we used that money to pay off our debts and also to reinvest in real estate. We started flipping houses back when houses were on sale after the last crash. And then we bought and we started creating passive income through buying and holding. Once you have a property and you put in a tenant after expenses, what you have left is cash flow, money that comes in every month without you having to work for it. Since then, we've invested heavily in real estate and have learned strategies to bring groups of investors together to purchase larger properties. We have commercial and residential properties across 10 states and have income coming in from over 1,000 rental doors. As you can imagine, that makes for a very steady table. And since then, I've started teaching women how to create passive income through real estate investing. My mission is to help 1 million women create financial freedom through real estate. It is one of my greatest joys now when one of my students acquires a property and puts another leg under her table. Another way to create passive income is through intellectual property. Intellectual property are creations of the mind, such as inventions, artistic creations, music, films, books. I have created books and courses that I created once and continue to pay me. My son is an actor and a musician, so every time people watch his films or stream his songs, he gets paid. You can create passive income by creating by writing a book or creating a song or creating a patent. You create it once, but you'll continue to profit again and again. Another way to create passive income is through having a business. A business is different from being self-employed. A business will work without you. Let's say, for example, you own a car wash. You don't personally have to wash and vacuum every car for that business to give you money. You hire and train employees, so you can be getting income without having to do the work for it. You can also get passive income streams through investing in stocks and bonds. But remember, what really helps your legs is cash flow. So invest in dividend-paying stocks that pay you regularly. So how do you get started? I suggest that you take 10% or more of every dollar you earn and you pay yourself first. Take that money to invest in things like real estate and stocks to start creating those streams for you. And get educated, because a lot of the ways of creating income don't require any money at all. I know a lot of people won't even consider real estate because they assume mistakenly that you need to have tens of thousands of dollars or more to even get in the game. I want everyone to know that with the right education and strategies and a little elbow grease, you can get into even real estate with little to no money. And it's important that you start now to create those legs, because life is full of the unexpected. And you'll have enough stress to deal with when these crises show up that you don't also want to have to deal with your table crashing down on you. I'm so grateful that now I've created a very steady table and we've achieved financial freedom. I want the same for you. So start creating those crisis-proof finances now. And know that whatever life throws at you, at least you'll know your money and your finances are handled. Thank you.